Persuasive Speech. Here is the audience of 3, all over 13.
Since 2012, each year we set a new record for the hottest year that the Earth has ever discovered, and this keeps rising each year. Many factors play into why this can be, but perhaps the largest contributor has to do with fossil fuels, considering coal mining, oil drilling, and whatnot. Today, Oklahoma is the state that has one of the largest oil and gas industries within the country and therefore within the entire world. Because of this, within last year, Scientific American has found that central Oklahoma has actually experienced an earthquake with a magnitude of 4.2. In addition, it is on threat to have many more earthquakes in the near future. Now, this is very shocking to many people because as of a couple years ago before, Oklahoma was on a single plate foundation. Therefore, it was not possible for Oklahoma to experience an earthquake. In addition to that, many other regions are actually discovering the same scenario, such as Arkansas and Texas. The reasoning behind this is because with oil drilling and fracking, it introduces a lot of wastewater under the plasma of the earth while breaking apart plate tectonics. This causes a disruptance in the natural plate, therefore making it much more prone to earthquake. For the first time ever, Oklahoma is actually the state that is most likely to experience earthquakes, more than California or Washington, proving that this is a man-made scenario that's occurring. This occurs to Colorado, Texas, New Mexico, and Arkansas as well. Because of their heavy oil and gas industry, they are now the top 6 states that are most hazardous to earthquakes. Another natural threat that has come from a lot of these oil and fracking industries is rising sea levels. It is predicted that by the end of the century, from Maine to Texas will be very prone to chronic flooding as well as much of the west coast. And it is also predicted that we may lose part of Florida as well as countries like Venice. The reasoning behind this is because as we frack, we introduce our carbon footprint into the atmosphere, causing a rise in sea temperature, thus a rise in sea levels. And it is also now reported that all of the western icebergs within Antarctica, as well as most of the ice sheets in Greenland, have now been completely melted, causing a rise in sea level. And this is a huge concern amongst many people because they may lose their home. In addition, it is a huge financial strain to create projects to help prevent this disaster from occurring. Now, on top of this, many wonder, well then what is a great solution? Thankfully, we have now distributed, according to businessinsider.com, that the solar industry actually employs 12 times as many people than the entire fossil fuel industry. And it is actually now found that Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, within the decade, hopes to be completely run on clean renewable energy. And with clean renewable energy, we have sources such as wind and solar that we can actually use for electricity, heating, and many of our industrial energy demands. But we will not increase our carbon footprint, which can also help halt the production of rising sea levels, thus less of a threat to humanity as well, and it can clear carbon toxicity as well. It is no surprise why today we have so many concerns about the livelihood of our people, especially within future generations, with this current path that we are going. Today, even nations like China are producing forest cities, as well as India, to help halt carbon footprint in the world, as well as many nations within the Paris Climate Accord. It is now crucial that we think about our future and why we should run on clean renewable energy to help prevent these disasters from occurring and why it is so beneficial to us. Because, as we now know, carbon footprint caused by fossil fuels, oil drilling, and whatnot is making us much more prone to natural disasters, causing us to also spend a lot more on energy production as well as projects that help prevent the disasters from the source of energy. Whereas with the technology we now have, we are thankfully the generation that can find that we don't need to live this way anymore, and we can feed these demands by switching to clean renewables. It is also now time that we be the energy that makes this happen. Thank you.
Woo!